Well, in case you hadn't heard the news, a sad day in Major League Baseball. Tony Gwynn at age 54, taken from us at too young of an age because of cancer that he came down with in 2010. And some of the shots with his son at the unveiling of the statue at Petco Park. The Hall of Fame speech for Mr. Padre.
Always had that wonderful smile, that high-pitched voice, that giggle and laugh that would make you laugh also. One of the listen, this is my 54th year on the planet. I can't believe that cancer has taken him away from us. He was just as good a guy as he was a great, great player. You know, different generations, Kevin, had Rogers Hornsby and Hannes Wagner. He was this generation's Wagner, Teddy Williams, and others.
It's been really a rough couple weeks for baseball. I mean, you lose Don Zimmer, you lose Bob Welsh at an all too young age, and now Gwynn.
Tony had been battling a cancer of the salivary glands for some time, and finally got the best of it. Tony hit .441 off me, folks, and this is off tons and tons of at-bats. So he wore me out like no one that I pitched against ever. And he had the audacity. I was watching some local San Diego channel when I was playing. He had the audacity to mention me as one of the guys he has trouble picking the ball off of. So I marched straight to the field the next day. I pulled him aside. I said, I was watching the show yesterday, and you had the audacity to tell me as the radio goes down and strikeout, to say that it was impossible to pick the ball for me, and you're almost hitting 500. He said it is, but for whatever reason, you Mets love to play the shortstop up the middle and the third baseman on the line, and I just keep hitting it in the 5.5 hole, 5.5 hole. That's what he used to call it. He used to wear it on his spikes. And when asked, said, where did you get your great hitting from? He said, I just had the fear. I had fear of failure. And I just, every time I went up there, 100% concentration.
Duda right into the shift. And there's 2 away. You know, Ronnie, you did strike him out 6 times. Yeah, so there is that. I mean, Gwynn, you know, it's funny. You know, not funny, but when, you know, today, when you see the news and you reflect on his career and a hitter that he was, I didn't know him. Obviously, you did. And so many people speak so highly about the type of person he was. But then I think, you know, for me, growing up, certainly watching, okay, so, you know he's a tremendous player. But what it did is really went back today and just looked again at all of his stats. Yeah. And then you realize how absurd they were. I mean, one of them that stood out to me is, think about where the game is today with all these strikeouts as Teagarden leads it off with 2 outs now. I mean, in 20 years, Tony Gwynn struck out 434 times. I mean, that's 2 seasons for some of the guys.
That's right. That's right. He had over 600 plate appearances in 1986, struck out 35 times or 40 times. He's just, it's mind-boggling. Greg Maddux, you consider him one of the top 5 pitchers of his generation. Top 3, 94 at-bats against Tony Gwynn, never struck him out once. Are you kidding me? I mean,
it's amazing.
Just crazy numbers.
Teagarden, little cue shot. Peralta on the charge. And has to play plenty of time. 1, 2, 3 inning for Carlos Martinez, who's cruising. As we mourn the loss, a tremendous loss for baseball. Tony Gwynn gone today at the age of 54.